It has been 37 years since Harold Washington became Chicago's first black mayor. Tonight in our series on race in Chicago, political editor Carol Marin looks at the legacy of the late mayor and how the city bridges the racial divide that remains.
Harold Washington loved being mayor.
I was a kid, but I got to see him all the time.
Even before he was mayor, Jackie Grimshaw knew him. And by 1983, she was a precinct coordinator in Washington's bid to lead the city. Were you prepared for the ugliness that would follow?
No. No, I was not.
Emma Lozano knew him too.
We all called him Harold,
Along with her late brother, Rudy Lozano, they set out to make history. And history was made, but only after then Congressman Harold Washington's demand to increase the number of voters in black and brown neighborhoods was met.
And in 5 weeks, we registered 40,000 new registered voters.
How many of you are going to vote? Yeah! And now the 64 out of question. How many are going to vote for me?
I know somebody who described that election as like a panther in a hurricane.
That is a great description.
Is it too simplistic to say that the city was divided along racial lines?
No.
I would like to see racial peace in this city more than I want to be mayor. And I want to be mayor so bad that I can taste it.
With the white vote split between incumbent Jane Byrne and State's Attorney Richard Daley, Washington won the primary. The general election against Republican Bernie Epton further split Chicago along racial lines.
Hi, I'm Bernard Epton. I'm running for mayor.
As Washington moved into City Hall, so did the new alderman of the 40th Ward, a Daley backer named Pat O'Connor.
And his first term was a lot of time spent keeping his supporters and his political allies in check because they expected so much to change so quickly.
Quickly, city government dissolved into what looked like chaos. It was called council wars.
Never in the history of Chicago.
An epic fight commenced between 21 aldermen allied with Washington and 29 behind Ed Verdoliak, including Alderman O'Connor. Was council wars about race or about power?
Power and money. Contracts, jobs. I mean, for some it was race, or a mixture.
By the time of the 1987 election, Grimshaw says, bitter political feelings, if not healed, had lessened.
Yeah, at least he decreased the animosity.
How do we move past the black and white divisions in Chicago?
What gives me hope, really, is the reaction of people of all races to the killing of George Floyd.
We have like the protest in the streets right now, the demand for change. We've seen it before, and it's possible, and it can be done, but we have to unify.
And until we move from who's at fault to defining the problem and now plotting a way to get out of the problem or to cure the problem, I think that's where we need to be.
What is Harold Washington's legacy?
I think he elevated women, and they got a place and recognized that they deserved to be in elective office.
I think Harold Washington would be pleased to know that we have the first ever LGBTQ black woman as the mayor of the city of Chicago.
Did you like Harold Washington?
Yeah.
In the end, many, if not most Chicagoans did. No matter where you went in the world, Washington was fond of saying,
You know what they say? How's Harold?
Mayor Harold Washington served just 7 months of his second term before dying of a heart attack. He was 65. Carol Marin, NBC 5 News.
Wow, I can't believe it's just 7 months. Must have been
And
a
seeing
blast
him
to
smile
cover.
makes you smile.
Talk about charisma.